Hey, we live. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today, I've got Onke, CTN, Cheese, Skipan Bafwet.
Show
Good
X-Men.
dog.
Easy, easy, easy,
Yes,
easy.
mfethu.
Hey,
You know what I always
Shay,
say, ukuthi
yeah.
abatholana eSouth Africa always fixing the country.
Hey, but did you see Usema Simbeni, in fact? What's a
All the
Chinese?
time.
Wait. Someone explain because angibuka nge-issue izolo. So and I haven't been on the socials. What's
Yeah,
going on? But I saw that he's trending for whatever reason.
yeah, on
Yeah,
day, on,
obvious. Mfethu, when you do something bad, uzobusenda. But since aloka izinto ezigrand baba mtrendisi.
I'm trendy because I saw on Sunday World. Angithi time alam ngithanda ukugeleza ama-tabloid. And so
Yeah.
yeah, there was an article about him. There's a guy who passed away because of the
Maybe
injuries that he sustained
after the
from.
break.
Yeah, yes. Now, so tell what I think they do to those guys. Baba faka itawula dog, and then they pour water on them.
It's an
Yeah,
old
well, cause
military. It's called
yeah,
surfboarding, I think. It's an old military
yeah.
trick.
So
Asazi. Thina into esiyaziyo ukuthi baveza amafu, baveza
yeah.
inkanyezi nokuthi kujula abantu etrafini. Thina sazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. Singafakazi into esingazazi thina. Singafakazi
The one
kule
thing
show
that
le asingafakazi
there's
into
a
esingazazi. Thina saziyo
Yeah,
ukuthi baveza inkanyezi indoda ibuye
yeah.
nama-trucks. Seyawazi ukuthi bathola
Say what?
Amaqiniso ayaphuma.
But
Hey,
that shit is funny. I won't lie. Just, but anyway, my friends, let's start off the show. That opening, Banyana Banyana. Since of course,
don't you want to start with the breaking news? Don't you want to start with the breaking news and then we get to the disappointing part?
oh,
I
but the
don't know
thing
if
is,
you
I need
guys have
to
seen
always we always save the best for last because
Okay.
breaking news is the best for last. I mean, we can have a brief discussion about the Banyana. Yeah,
It's fine. That's
3
something
minutes.
Banyana.
Yeah. But so when I sit there, and since when I value you don't seem happy. You seem very depressed. Petty Castle lights on a
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah, wagwan.
Nah, so Ibanyana, it's I don't know whether we were scared or we didn't think and looked and analyze our opponents too. Because gents, the way that we showed up, it's like Haiti, Argentina or South America. Mubona,
Yeah.
when South America plays these European Scandinavian countries, it goal you know where it's gonna come from. Like literally the height is this. So you know to just get the ball in. Half of the time they don't have to jump. They are taller than you just standing. So I don't know whether
Yeah.
we
yeah.
didn't analyze
But
the opponent.
but
game.
Vito, but Vito, the South American team, let me see, to counter-attack that, they don't play without the ball. Senza sure, if
Yeah.
I'm opponent of kanjalo, sina sodlala ngebhola. Unless you guys don't want to play football, then we'll keep the ball and we'll make them chase the ball. Instead, in our game, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
We let them play that game and hope Kuti, our keeper or some centre back's gonna save us. Then we're gonna play on the counter. That never transpired. And then, well, apart from that one goal, but really, it wasn't something that we could have been proud of.
When
It was a good fight.
when the cross came in, my heart sank before the ball even went in.
Ukhipha
Yeah.
ithumela iningi. Ukhipha ithumela iningi. Yes, uyosebenzisa izandla mara kuyomela iningi.
No, but
So
keep compared to these guys. Sorry, to these ladies. No.
Hey. Yeah.
We are a short nation. We are a
Thank
very
you.
short nation, and it was very evident in that game, Uti, height is going to be the one thing that kills us. So I agree with Uchi's when he says we should have capitalized on keeping the ball. The problem was all they needed was a corner or just one
Yeah.
cross. You understand?
And that's
Even if
it.
it's on a counter, that was it. And the other thing that I realized is their level of fitness seemed a bit higher than ours. They ran like crazy. Our
Yeah,
ladies looked like Basindo Amakev, Ngane.
Hey.
Even though they are fitter, I won't lie, they are fitter than previous years. Banyana Banyana used to play really
Yeah.
slow because they were
Mm.
really, really, Now their levels of fitness are very good. Kunelende iningi futhi in the team, but you can
Yeah,
still see ukuthi the fitness level is not international rate yet, bruh. Like even those esibathembile, Abochane,
yeah,
we thought maybe nah, she seemed slow, out of place. When she lost the ball, even the things that she's good at, finding passes, breaking lines, and they seemed to be rushed every time because
Yebo.
So
Sweden was much
Absolutely.
I don't
sharper,
know.
much
I don't know
quicker.
if I don't know if you
yeah,
guys caught interview the South African coach that always whines about everything. Kevin Hunt. So
yeah.
Kevin Hunt, he went and said, "Uguti, we we haven't played enough games in preparation for the World Cup," and it speaks to what Onge is speaking is referring to on a fitness level. The sorry, the up and down discrepancy on there was an unneeded
I'm a
attention.
salary.
We needed,
Yeah.
yeah, over Salah. What we needed from then on is to play as many games as possible. The debacle of the last game, the goodbye game, where Udeni decides to select the team and whatnot. Those are minutes that these girls could have used. Sure, fine.
Mm.
We're playing against the Botswana, which on a technical level we the African champs. We are above them, but those minutes add up. Kevin Hunt, like he bickers about everything. Okay, he
Mm.
bickers about Sundowns, Sundowns squad, what. But his team is the same team that provides the Sundowns. But this time round, I'm with him. Uguti, we
Yeah.
were not prepared. I don't know whether it's overconfidence or I don't know whether it's. But the whole debacle, Yamasalari and whatnot, that brought unnecessary attention within the camp that we didn't need. What we needed was more time on the field. And Yabona, the minute, 65 minutes, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
patient.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question? What number are Sweden ranked in the world?
Third.
Third.
They're actually second. I checked this morning. They're actually
Since
second.
beating us.
No, no,
Yeah, since
They, you can search
no,
now. They're
no.
second
They were.
on the in
I
the
checked.
world.
I checked on Saturday. I checked on
hmm.
Saturday before the game.
Yeah.
They were third.
Yeah,
Well,
if you beat
okay,
if you
fine.
beat the African champions of yours.
Yeah, you're gonna go up.
Yeah.
But another thing is that okay, fine. I hear you guys. I hear your plea, Sihle, and but for me personally, I was expecting an L. Um, purely because of how good Sweden are. Sweden are a very good team, and I feel like they weren't even in their first gear. Normally, Sweden play ball because I do watch a lot of these Scandinavian teams. Like your of course Norways and your Swedens of this world. They tend to do very well in women's World Cups, and in previous tournaments, they always finish in the latter stages, whether it's the last four or even in the final as well. They usually do reach that stage. So for me, yes, I do hear your guys' pleas and cries, but at the end of the day, the team that we were up against is superior than our team.
Hey, but
And
we
I
pushed
would
them.
It
say,
didn't.
yeah,
I don't think it looked
definitely,
like it on the pitch. On the pitch, it didn't look like
yeah,
it, Sinfana. I just think
yeah,
we played into their
yeah.
hands. Like we want to play the running game, and they want to tie us down so that they can
But
have us deep in our box to play the crosses.
but
So
another thing is,
we,
guys. Oh,
yeah,
sorry, Sisli. Just wanted to ask you, ball retention, our team can't even hold on to the ball. And this
they
is
didn't
has
want
nothing
to.
to do with running. I
No,
think personally, especially when we play against teams from Europe, like your Netherlands. The last time we played Netherlands, they beat us 5-1. I remember. Tembe Kgatlana even scored the consolation goal. I don't know why, but whenever we play against teams from Europe, that just goes away. We don't know how to,
you,
just
yeah,
pass, nje. Basic
Ebu, Ebu.
pair, like
What makes us good? Here's the thing. That's the difference
yeah,
between really good sides and average sides in fun. We don't change
yeah,
the way we play. No, Real Madrid says which they are faster than us.
yeah,
If we have it on our side, we slow the game down. As soon as
yeah,
we start trying to play at our position's tempo, says fitness wise, we can't do that. then we don't do
Yeah.
it. If you saw Desiree, and I don't
Hmm?
understand why. Every single time Jane got the ball, every single time someone got the ball, Ukatlana was off. No Sipo saying,
Yeah.
off. Every single time,
Oh,
Yeah,
Maya, poof.
yeah.
Every single time,
That
yo,
Maya,
was
poof. They
annoying.
were never coming
That
to
was
come
very
short.
annoying. That was
It
yeah,
is
no
very
one was
annoying.
coming
the
short.
worst sort of football to watch, Mfana. And
That was
you
Yeah.
very
don't want to
annoying.
see that for a team that we when we watch them, they don't play like that, in fact. Then
Mm.
all of a sudden we're watching that. So how are we gonna go next game? So we can't go next game. So we're
Who are we playing next? Argentina or Italy?
We play, I think, Italy next. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Italy is
I
not
think,
that good.
yeah, they're not.
But
They're
I
not.
think I
I
not
think we
that
think
need to
big
have
as well.
we need to have an honest conversation, and it's on the back of what she's just said. We
Hmm.
didn't play to our strengths.
Yeah,
We didn't. The first half there were glimpses, there were moments where you can
yeah.
identify a pattern, but after
Mm.
that we allow them to drag them into their type of play, and
Yeah.
unfortunately we lost that.
Yeah, because those guys are all my height, I think. I'm sure they're like 1.8 going up, the Swedish girls, bruh. They're all
No,
Ah,
no,
those
no.
girls are
light
tall,
skinned,
bruh. Hey,
significantly
those
tall.
girls are
There's a
tall,
picture.
bruh.
And
There's a
and
picture.
another,
Someone. There's
yeah,
a picture. Someone saying, "Quick, the tattoo corner." All the
yeah.
defenders.
Yo, Fitz, it's so significant, Fitz. And another thing is, guys, Minento being poorer. I just feel like our star players, particularly Tembi. Tembi doesn't trust her teammates, man. She doesn't. Even the attempts, everything was it was like her running on the break, and 9 times out of 10, her losing the ball, or even the goal that she scored. I mean, it's the keeper was
Wena
by
ucoach
parrying it clear.
wakho mangakutshela ukuthi indoda gijima mawufika laphana ushaye
Who's
ungaphasi
that?
makunomuntu ongaphasi.
Ah,
That's what I felt like there were chances when Ukhatlana could pass, man, and
exactly.
uyambona
You
ukuthi
sit
la
down.
head down, and
Yes,
I
shines
want
that
to
sport,
score.
boy.
But on that, Utembi star though, gents. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
No,
Yeah,
it's
she's
fine.
good,
Nah, she's a
but not like
star.
this, man.
Yeah,
Not like this. Not the
yeah,
way
The,
bamdlalisa
the
ngakhona, mfana.
yeah,
yeah,
They can run with the ball, but you see,
yeah,
they can run. They can take on players. That's what they are. They
yeah.
have skilled players. Masidlalile center sigaya bona bapitha umuntu low cross. Uyafika uKhatlana or someone we punish teams. Manje, yo,
Yeah.
angazi.
Nami Mpana Sihle, I was
they
looking
played
for
too
that.
far from each other.
Yo,
Yeah,
They
yeah,
yeah,
they played way too far from each other. It just felt like there was more Sweden players on the pitch than
yeah,
Banyana Banyana players on the pitch a lot of
true.
the time, especially late in the
Yeah.
second half. Bengathi baningi labantu laba sibali. They
yo,
Yo.
couldn't penetrate in a pass. Hence Utembi kept carrying the ball. Hence
Yeah,
Jane was continuously getting isolated. And I think it goes back to tactics. It's either you
mm,
say we start compact ladies, then we try to stretch them so that we can use our numbers to move the ball. Otherwise, if we are too far apart, we can't break through these people who beat us in size. We
yeah,
can't beat these people because they are bigger than us. But
Baisha do
Udesna
homework.
has to
They did
develop.
their homework.
Yeah, Udesri has to develop. Unfortunately, now as a coach, the female game is not going to challenge her tactically as a coach. La edlala khona most of the time, which is here in South Africa, playing against
yeah,
African opposition. That's not going to challenge her. If Isafa can be more supportive to Banyana Banyana traveling overseas and
yeah,
develop the coach in those environments. You understand? That
So
learn to lose, learn to survive in those environments. Then tactically,
yeah,
the team will adjust. Okwamanje,
yeah.
this is basically a result of neglect from Isafa. Banyana is
so
just a cash cow for a tournament to Isafa. That's all.
so here's my
Yeah,
view on the Safa right now.
yeah,
Um, yabona the performance Banyan is going to be under scrutiny right now. Reason being is they went against management thing. So when they come back, if they get out, they get knocked out of
Management.
our group stages. Okay, Uten is
yeah,
gonna sit there and yeah, but yet still they want to be paid more money. Their focus was on Imali, which is pure greed. But no one within SAFA is going to have the balls to go right ahead and say, we failed these girls. We did not help them prepare for the World Cup. Iphelela lapho. African
Ngicela umsafi uzosho kanjalo.
isafa inendaba nebhola.
Alandaba mfethu.
Isafa inendaba nebhola sibali. Isafa is not about football. Isafa is about how to make money.
Baba, okay, Jordan, ukhulume ngemali. Ukhulume when it comes to dealing in that one. Because I ask you, very optimistic at time. Very optimistic. That guy can about tell.
Dennis an ANC cadre. Dennis from the ANC, my man.
Yeah.
When did she sit down, pump my camera and name ties?
No, very well, which is wrong.
When and then Mahamba, anyway,
honestly, if we were an accountable country, that would have to roll this up.
Nah, that's not gonna happen, bruh. If it's not gonna roll in our
that's why I gave you.
It's not gonna happen.
That's why I gave you a pick. I said if we were an accountable country, that's how it would be. Because the thing is, if I don't think there's a bigger tournament than the World Cup. Biggest tournament, and then weeks before Nihambe, before these issues of Imali that's been paid. Imali that no one can go and say,
and the Imali,
this is what we did. We bought
Imali that.
Yeah, Imali.
And the thing is, this money was promised to the ladies by FIFA themselves.
FIFA.
Yeah. Saying, commission.
Yes, the management.
No, honestly, if we can survive this tenure, we are a doomed country. If football is down.
Can I tell you why he'll survive?
This guy
can I tell you why he'll survive? Can I tell you why he'll survive? Can I tell you why he's gonna survive? Can I tell you? Can I tell you why he'll survive? Because he understands the value of greasing the hands of the stakeholders, the SAFA. Who are the voters, the SAFA? Abo Ria, Abo Ivan, Abo Keza, those stakeholders from the NSL and from the ex-Koye SAFA. All of them are getting benefit from this tournament money. The tournament money was earmarked for them. Uteni is making sure those guys are eating, so they'll always vote for him.
Yes,
no, I think that's true. I was reading.
But also mfethu siyayithanda le show bafethu singakhohlwa ukuthi sithinta baba abantu manonini azuthi sendela ama-link next time ubona i-blocking under investigation for in
Asiyeke indaba yeSAFA.
You've painted another picture now, so now we're gonna hold back. SAFA, if you're watching, here's a platform. Come and give us your view. Where do you think you're going right and whatnot?
Hey, mina SAFA ngiyaxolisa. Mina SAFA ngiyaxolisa. Ngiyaxolisa.
Bengekho.
Mina sangikhuluma into eziningi. Kumele ngathi umuntu bengabukwatile kudala, angakwati manje, ngabukwate dala. Into kuphela ngishilo too. So SAFA mina ngingixolele. I don't want to suffer.
That's a good one, Jesus.
Hey, you're done that suffering.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, yeah, gents. I don't know which topic you guys want us to touch on first. The preseason discussion for our club.
Kylian Mbappe.
Okay, fine.
Kylian.
I'm with the
How old is this kid again?
What is that? But it's 2 million per day, or is it? What's it?
It's a lot of money. That's all I'm gonna say.
£2 a second or something.
So 13 million euros per week.
Listen to that.
Yeah, it's something like £22 per second or something. £22 per minute. £22.
I'll find it and I'll break it down for you. Just
you're
hold
balling
on.
in South Africa, mfethu.
Guys,
If uphethe leyo mali.
guys,
Bro, these guys are bowling already in other countries. South Africa, who has?
Yeah.
If they get with that kind of money in South Africa, you're a politician, bro.
Yeah.
And
What? And you said
Nyapolisa
Silen,
ANC, Nyapolisa ANC,
Silen,
Nyapolisa ANC.
Silen, be
Okay,
careful. Dog.
Nyapolisa,
Let me just share my screen
Nyapolisa.
there a bit. Yeah, just
I
to make
wanted
things
to I
easier
wanted to
for you
send you
there.
this, which is a breakdown of what the offer is.
I don't send. You can send it through then. I think
I've
that'll
just
be
sent it through
better then.
on WhatsApp.
All right. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna share my screen just now. Yeah, Silen, guys, can we not, I'm a politician, but it's,
I
But
feel
you
it.
didn't say
Novalo
with
mina
that kind of money,
Please continue.
with
Can
that
you
kind of
stop and
money,
apologize?
Novalo
bro.
mina,
In Africa, with that kind of money, don't run the country.
yeah.
Easy.
Run the
Yeah, he
country,
can
dog.
run the country.
It's
Now he can.
GDP there. It's
And
GDP,
I
but
contracted Alipay. So
yes.
300 million fee to PSG. So PSG has
Yes,
already said,
13 million a day.
yeah, the
Ah,
PSG
yeah,
has said
yeah, yeah, yeah. For
What?
free, for free
Okay.
next summer.
Yeah. I just want to ask you again, guys. Nje, do you guys think Mbappe should take this money and
No,
then go make free
Nah, this is
transfer
dirty,
next
man.
season?
no,
This
Go
is
make
no,
free
dirty,
but
transfer.
bro.
because you know what they're using him for? Basically, they're using him for clout. They're using him
Yeah.
for, they've got the youngest, one of the best young talent ever in the world right now. World Cup
Yeah.
winner. Okay, sure, he doesn't have a Champions League medal, but serial multiple League A winner. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of focus on this kid. And if he goes, he can play at 70%. He can play at 70% capacity, and still it will be like amazing for for
Yeah.
for 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 for, for, for the Saudi league.
Yeah.
He should take it.
Ah,
Yeah.
He should take it. He should take it primarily because this is probably going to be the highest earnings he'll ever have in his career, and it's only for one season.
Yeah.
He's going to grow that league, which is why they're willing to pay him that much. The TV money that's going to follow him, the brand money that's going to follow him. By the time he gets to Real Madrid next season on a free, what he can negotiate in terms of name rights and image and whatever is going to be so much that he won't be earning the same amount of money, but it's pretty much going to be the same type of risk for Real Madrid anyway.
but
What he
Perez has got a reputation. If you sign for him Madrid, I think you waiver your rights, your image
not for a
rights.
player not for a player that this big. Perez has used to sign players very young. When Ronaldo signed, he didn't waive his image rights. His image rights were involved in his deal. The reason Perez signs young Brazilian teenagers so that he carries the image rights with him. So when he signs an established player, that option is not there, especially a player who's already been on a FIFA cover and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The name, image, and rights are already involved. Who has now? He's going to have to pay a
Last I
huge
checked,
premium.
our Uncle Ben's had signed away his the image rights.
Yeah, but Benz wasn't as like Mbappe big, dog.
He was a child when he
Benz,
went to,
yeah,
to,
was
to,
a
to Real
child.
Madrid.
Yeah, he was like, and as well, remember the era as well. There were so many superstars ahead of Benzema in that
Exactly.
era.
He
Abu
wasn't
Kaka.
marquee.
Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah.
marquee at all. Mbappe would be a marquee signing for him. Also, he would be free. So, on top of the fact that you're not signing a fee for signing me, I'm saving you money by being here
Yeah.
on a free. I'm already saving you money.
Yeah.
So, you have money to pay me.
This is just
So,
crazy.
pay me.
Yeah. Cheese
But the
one
money is
team,
crazy. I would never say no. Messi said no to a similar contract.
yeah. But I need to
He
put
said
it to
no
that
to a
live
similar
side.
contract.
To that live
I'm
side.
para
Of
Man,
course.
Ay,
I mean,
ngiyavuma mina.
but this is just,
let's
but this
say
is
cheese,
just,
guys.
but for football,
Yeah.
this is just not right, man. For football,
Yo,
For football, I agree.
yeah,
For
better
football, I
football.
100% agree.
Can I ask a
But
question then?
you know,
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
Oh, sorry, And this is
Yeah.
when we say for football, what? How do you mean? Is it for European football or for the amount of money that's going into football? Because what's basically happening now is the Saudis have taken a leaf out of what Premier League did, where if you want your
No
league to
way.
grow,
No way. Not this,
hold
bro.
on. Let me finish. And it's just a
Not
simple
this.
question. What
Yeah.
they've done is for the league to grow, they've throwing what they have, which is imali, to attract superstars. China has tried, they
But
failed.
but
So
yeah, but that's not how the Premier League did it.
Oscar left for China at the peak of his Chelsea career.
Yeah.
Elandeli man. And
Yeah.
I
And
can name a few. Who's that? Who's
Oscar
that other one? That
Mbappe,
was
bro.
from Russia.
yeah, but yeah,
Oscar
exactly.
Mbappe, bro.
So when we say it's not good for football, are we speaking on for European football, or are we speaking for? Because end of the day, these guys play football for money. They
No,
hire
Aksam,
this asset.
look, so let me explain, man, why I
Yeah.
say this isn't good for football. No? Mbappe, and again, PSG is also part of the wrongdoing of leading up to this, right? Because they try to make Mbappe bigger than the club, right? And
Yeah.
now that the
Yes.
person is bigger than the club, and he's showing that he's bigger than the club, they have to turn around and do this. Sell a
Baba
guy to the
Begachi.
club that's going to pay the fee back, and then after that, the deal, the last line here, bro, the last line that says this allows this guy to go to Real Madrid on a free.
Yeah.
First of all, that's already saying, Uti, there's some agreement in place between Al Hilal and Real Madrid to let this guy go to Real Madrid on the free end of next season. Why
Yeah.
doesn't Real Madrid pay this fee? If I tell Real Madrid Mali, what is getting Mbappe for free instead of paying it or however much money PSG want for Mbappe? If they want 300 million, what patale? Not putting some
Yeah.
guy I Saudi Arabia. I earn this much money, which is this is crazy. Just
Just for a
this
year.
those
But
numbers,
yeah,
those numbers are crazy.
guys,
See, to put this in context, Mpanane, that's about maybe four or five clubs in the Premier League. Their
yeah,
salary, their
That's a
salary is
budget,
number.
yeah.
they value even dog, bro.
Imali
Because I think
Imali sibhadala uMbappe.
yeah,
Now
yes,
that's ridiculous, Mfana. And I'm not saying it's good for how does this guy come into my club? Let's say I'm a captain and I'm established. This guy comes into my club for a season and earns that much money. How is that good for
You're not the
football,
captain
man?
anymore.
yeah,
You're
you
not the
know,
captain anymore.
Yafika
yeah,
i-chairman yafika ifake
He
ilingerie
comes in, he says,
lekaMessi
yeah,
I'm the
ifike
captain
yeah.
ikutshela
now.
ukuthi seka u-captain uMbappe. Uyafika
I mean,
indoda
I think yeah,
igcwele inhlabathi angazi beyenzani ingena ikutshela nje ukuthi hey baba wena no more.
yes, and as well, Sitle, and I
The
mean, I'm
simplest
also
example of this, Sike,
oh sorry,
the,
yeah,
the simple
you can go, okay, yeah,
the,
simplest
the simplest
example,
example of this cheese is at PSG, what happened last season.
mm,
After he signed that contract where he had control, he wasn't happy with the coach, they needed to change from Pochettino, they changed to Galtier or whoever.
Gautier.
And
yeah,
yes, to Galtier, Messi was struggling to adjust to Pochettino's style of play. Galtier, at least, yeah, the team started to play better and stuff like that. But there was already so much problems now. There were rumors of Uti. There's a separate group for Neymar and Messi, and then Mbappe and
the French
Hakimi
guys,
are
yeah,
friends. And the
yeah,
French guys, they have a
yeah,
clique on the side. The other two stars are not happy with how much Mbappe is making. It seems as though the team is over prioritizing him. That's basically what these guys are attracting. But if Saudi is attracting it because they want the drama, they don't care if they have to
yeah,
pay. Because if it
Yeah,
sells
the
papers,
attention.
it sells headlines, it's good for
yeah,
their league. It's attention. That's what they want.
yeah,
For me, why this is bad for football is it justifies this notion, Yoguti. Players are just in it for Imad. There's no legacy thinking. Mbappe is not
yeah,
thinking about his own legacy as a football player because moving from PSG to Real Madrid, that's a legacy move.
yeah,
Moving
it
from
is,
PSG to Ilan. In fact, even remaining at PSG seemed like a legacy move when he remained, because he was like, hey, this is
Yeah.
to show my commitment to Paris, to making this a world-class football city and
Yeah.
contributing to the league. Even Emmanuel Macron was involved in keeping him in France. So this was him basically, saying, yeah, vive le France, let's keep supporting our league. What has
Mm,
changed? Why doesn't he
yeah.
want to renew? What has changed in a year? And this is the
Yeah.
problem when you overinflate a player's ego, and it's because of money. Nothing else. It's because of the money. And it's because also PSG wanted to grow that club inorganically. Just pump money into this thing, sign the
Mm,
biggest stars, and see what happens. You're not
yeah.
creating a culture. You're not interested in cultivating a football culture for the league. You just want to be
Yeah.
an island, basically, in that league, and be like Bayern, without actually
Yeah.
establishing a system and a culture that is actually beneficial to football in France. That is a problem. The Premier
Yeah.
League did it organically because by the time foreign money went into the Premier League had grown into a world renowned league of players, international players. Our Eric Cantona were there,
Yeah.
who
Not
were world class. And
Ginola. Yeah. Lebedla
yes,
Thatson. Yeah.
Ginola,
Ginola.
Gianfranco Zola was there
Yeah.
before Roman Abramovich paid money for Chelsea. So there was those owners were buying into brands, into football brands that existed. Abu Al Hilal, dog, what is that? What is Al Hilal?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
And
mean?
then
Like,
yeah.
you're buying brand new football concepts in a land that is not even known for football. It's not known for football in Saudi at all. So for other
But the
things,
only way to
not
grow it,
football.
the only we've given them the World Cup already. The only way
Yeah.
to grow it now is to attract the attention of okhuluma ngayo. Ukuthi now
Yeah.
where there's talk ukuthi ubani bani ulwa no bani bani, and now everyone is
Yeah.
glued into fun because like unfortunately the dramatics of football, whether on or off the field, are attractive. They do bring in numbers, especially the American viewers. Like
Yeah.
what happened with
Yeah,
this
they care.
match. Yeah, no. Uboge, this match that happened in Arsenal versus Man United, where it was
Yeah.
a 2-0 game, and then they decided to have penalties. Well,
Yes.
so what's that?
Spashaya both come up penalty
No, but like,
na
what? Why? Why the dramatics, the unnecessary dramatics? And I saw
yeah.
what it was written on the contract that whether the game ends with a result, we're still going to have penalties.
Yeah, no. And I just want to ask you guys, another question. Do you think Mbappe will not get selected for the French national team should he choose to go to Al Hilal?
Uh
He will get
yo,
selected.
You still will get selected, in your opinion.
Mm.
Jeez.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
get
this
yeah.
boy,
selected.
yeah, he's a Ballon d'Or type of player in the
I
next couple of
special.
years.
I know he's
He is.
special, dog. Like Leo, that's one thing you can never take away from him. Like he is special, bruh. Like especially for his country. Like for his country, he's
It's a nice
shown that.
1 year vacation for him if he goes though,
Yeah,
because
no,
it's
it
a
is.
blimp on your record. It's like one season out of uh,
Yeah,
European Champions League football. So you go there, give Haaland
yeah,
a chance to get his second Ballon d'Or. It's
yeah.
good.
I know, I
It's
hear you,
good.
but do you guys think it will happen though? I just wanna ask because
I don't know if
me,
he's a greedy man. If he's a greedy man,
yeah,
he'll do it. But if
And
he's sensible, if
yo,
he if he's sensible, they must just sell him to Madrid or
yeah,
something. You know,
or Chelsea.
United can
Mm.
sell half the club and then they can buy him.
I, I know this guy's gonna be way too expensive, bro. Like I don't think
well,
on my from a
already 300
financial fair
million.
play, yeah,
Yeah, 300 million.
Oh,
Like,
Newcastle. Newcastle can pay him exactly this much money. He can go
yo,
to Newcastle and then he can play Champions League still,
and
and
then
then
come
go to
back.
yeah,
Real Madrid.
mm, yes, engavuki Newcastle if ingasign Mbappe. But as
Those
well,
So
magpies,
man,
Max,
those magpies will go crazy.
they will, man, they will. Dang, they'll even come up with a
Rightfully
song
so,
for him.
and rightfully so.
Yeah, there'll be a new song for him, but these guys, they have songs for everything, dog. But yeah, I'm fine. And I'm on my end, bro. Like it's incredible to see them, making such a bid. And of course, you also sent us a video, Sike, and about um PSG accepting the offer at hand.
Yeah.
So
So where we
so
are
so
now,
yeah.
is PSG has
Mm,
accepted the offer, meaning
mm-hmm,
with Al Hilal
mm-hmm,
needs to then convince Mbappe to listen. We've gotten the go ahead from PSG. We
mm,
would like you to be part of this. It's for a year. This is how much we're paying you. He then makes a decision.
yeah. Yes. I like yo. This is for me. This is a lot, a lot of money, man. Especially at his
It,
age. Like it's
no,
just
it's
yo.
quite a. I think the precedence has been set.
Yeah,
Like this is going forward. It will never be the same. Drake said it.
yeah. It will never ever be the same, fella. Like there's this other guy. I'm not sure if you guys know Patrick Mahomes, the footballer quarterback for the Kansas
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's on $500 million for 10 years. This guy is about to, he literally could potentially make 700 in just a year.
That's
Just to
FU
show you
money.
the yeah, man. That's some crazy shit. But yeah, but fair too. I don't know, Sidan, should we move on? Should we move over to preseason? Because I do feel like we could
Yeah. We
touch
can
on
we can.
Mbappe. Let me just stop sharing my screen. So yeah, preseason. Yeah, let's start off with your club, Cheese. Because I feel like your club, compared to ever since you guys won the treble, like it's the hype and the news. Is not, the attention is not centered around your team. Like I haven't been watching. I will lie, I haven't been watching Man City friendlies. How do you feel, number one, about you guys selling Riyad Mahrez and potentially
Yeah,
getting Olise?
Uncle will tell you how I feel about
Yeah,
Riyadh. Riyadh's one of those players where I've always said,
yeah,
well, let's sign Riyadh. I don't care about many players, Leicester City, Abu Kalt, Abu Vali at that time. I was like,
yeah.
play into him, but I find out Riyadh Mahrez. He
Yeah,
was incredible
Francouz.
man, for us.
Mm.
He was one of my favorite players. Whenever you see him on the lineup, we ask him to going to get a very solid performance. I think
Yeah,
as time went on, he got much more competition in terms of what he does, but
mm.
no one in the Premier League can do what Mahrez does. Till
Yeah,
today, the entire Mahrez is incredible on any
yeah.
day. So for me, a big loss. But
Hmm.
Pep always has a plan. We're trying to grow Cole Palmer into that role as well. He's been well from what I could see as well, from what I heard from his interviews, he's been working a lot with Mahrez. A lot of what he does is Mahrez-esque now. Of course, he's
Yeah,
Mahrez touches. You can't compare that, but we have a lot of guys who can play that position and play that role.
mm.
Also gives Bernardo now less competition, so it's a bit dangerous.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, Pep always has a plan. He always has an ace up his sleeve. And again, our preseason is a bit different from other clubs. Our preseason is more of we go to clubs in our group. So Yokohama is our first in Japan.
Yeah,
Then we'll go to a few more of our other groups and our other clubs within the family. And then after that, when it gets closer to crunch time, normally when we get closer to crunch time, Pep always says that our first competitive game is the Community Shield because he prefers to have the high intensity in training than trying to have high intensity warm up matches. So it just
yeah,
breeds ground for injuries, and he wants to keep his squad most of the time very fresh
yeah,
before the season starts. Because especially now we have a much more games than we've ever had ever in our season, going to Club World Cup and things like that.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. And
I
then
don't
Michael
think
Olise.
on
Oh,
oh,
sorry. Oh, sorry.
oh
You can
on
go.
Mahrez, I
Yeah,
don't
go
think.
ahead.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember all the players. I don't think there's a player we EPL that can kill a ball like Mahrez. When I say kill
Yeah,
a ball, I'm talking about first touch where literally the ball, like Mel Trapper, like it sits, something
Yeah.
that we South Africans don't know. Yeah.
Hey,
But we'll make
hey, sit there and stop it, dog. Hey, we
no,
don't
no.
want.
South African
Hey,
players struggle with them basics, and traffic ball
okay,
is a basic.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but
Because
you
you
believe,
need to.
okay, okay. I mentioned the Pilat and Zimbabwe.
Pilates
Sorry.
is Zimbabwe. Yeah, I was about to say.
I'll
I got
wait.
it.
No, no, I'll wait. Give me a
Yeah.
player who was Bulali Bola like Mares.
Surprise Muriri, man.
Ah, but TBD.
Surprise you,
As
something like that. But
Muriri,
anyway,
man, we could kill. He be first touch. God, no, fit
Yeah,
Muriri.
it did. It did.
He did
And
though. That
Matividi
was
was
his
a
true
was a
strength.
superstar. He was a
Yeah,
superstar player.
yeah,
but yeah, but back to
yeah,
ECT. I don't think there's a better manager for ECT than Pep. Pep knows when his team needs to peak, and a peak Pep is is them reaching their full potential at the right time.
yeah,
It's not an Arsenal thing where we're celebrating every win, like in the
yeah,
last 10 games, like we've won the league. And you can see, this is not sustainable. The only people that carried that momentum was Iles, Nabo Mares, Nabo Kanti, Nabo Drinkwater. Now Pep has got the formula as to when to peak, when a players can I wouldn't even say relax or be lethargic. No, no, it's he knows when to get the best out of his squad. Timing yake. Liverpool that he killed them literally the last 15 games of the season. I think they went on an undefeated run, 15 games straight,
yeah.
and that was run into the league. And then by pin that was shy Arsenal. Arsenal was how many points ahead?
8 points ahead in
Eight,
April.
yeah. In April. Eish. And then isimo savele sashintsha. Yeah. When I uncle, your 2 cents.
I think City has the formula. Everyone pretends they're trying to follow the City formula. For City, the season is a process. They ease into the season. They don't try to be too high about preseason. They don't even care about their results in preseason. It's a process. It's about getting people's fitness up. It's about creating integration. It's about Pep having a plan for the season, and then when it starts to get competitive, then they switch it up. Of course, their processes are going to find results in preseason because they've been working on this style of football for a while. But that's not what the focus is at that period. It's about, okay, what is the plan for this season? What other elements to the game that we want to add this season? How do I want to use people differently this season? And I think coaches really do need time to establish such things with teams. And Pep is an example of that. If you keep a coach for long enough, certain elements of the game and how to manage a season, I just feel bad that it seems as though Arteta doesn't understand it because Arteta wants his players to play with emotion even in preseason. Doesn't make sense. He was very angry about losing to United. I'm like, why? It means absolutely
No, but I think
nothing.
I think
You're
no,
trying
no.
to
I think
challenge
I
Man
think
City.
Yeah,
let's
not in,
yeah,
yeah,
one of the passionate part. I saw who's the Ten Hag. He went and he
yeah,
said we don't play friendly games.
yeah. But it's
That
still a friendly though.
hold on.
Yeah,
That fucks with another manager's head.
yeah,
Uguti, when your team came through saying it's a friendly, my fans don't have a room for a friendly match. So I think that's what messed him up. Thingy, the Arsenal manager, and I watched the second half of the game. You won, rightfully so.
yeah, man. But you see, like for instance, you see with me, man, I was even telling Onke before we even started the streaming. I would see, I don't really buy into preseasons. Yes, I did watch the game. Of course, it was my club that was playing. I just wanted to see specifically I was telling Wonke, Kobe Mine, how he's gonna handle playing against Ife's team, Arsenal up against your Rice and Havertz. in midfield to see if whether he can hold his own against those guys. Yes, it's not a competitive game, but of course the guy is 18. I mean, Sandu uqeda ukubhala prelim, they are last week, so it's it's for me it's that cool. It's just to see how the little man will do. Other than that, I'm not really buying into preseason because previously LVG used to smack Bayern, Real Madrid, Chelsea, everyone, and then opening game when we play against Swansea, we lose 3-1. Yeah, but so for me, those traumas and they still there, and they still linger. So for me, it's encouraging to see the boys, play and shut the Gunners fans up because even on YouTube, all the fan channels in J were all about we're gonna smack United, we got Rice, we got Harvard, and for me, I don't get the balance with Hazard. Havertz and
There is none.
Rice. Yeah,
We spoke about this though.
yeah. I just don't get it. Yeah, you can go on.
there is none. I,
Yeah,
I, we were talking when we talked about Elendo, and I was saying Vela preseason for me is not sort of competitive. It's not supposed to be as well. Unless players are competing for positions, that's fine. But it's not a competitive game of football in a
yeah,
say. So the whole Ateta being emotional to me suggests he still needs to grow. If he meets managers like Abocho Jose Mourinho who can poke at you emotionally,
And
he's
then they get
going
into your
to
head. Yeah.
yes, he's going to struggle to beat such coaches who are psychological in that way. And
yeah,
Tenag was doing that to press his own players. It's got nothing to do with Arsenal. If Tenag
yeah,
wanted his players to rush into tackles, to do all of those things, that's fine. That's
yeah,
that's their process. That's not our process. Our
yeah,
process is to get ourselves ready. I want us ready on day one. I don't care about this dress rehearsal. We are playing Man City in 2 weeks' time. That's who we are looking at. These guys, we are just kicking ball around with them and working on our patterns. That's it. And Arsenal, I think, in the game had some great patterns of play. They focused
yeah,
too much on the results. I'm like, guys, it's preseason. Did you
mm,
actually play well? You had great patterns of play. Once you realized that Havertz wasn't a midfielder, you put Partey in the game to play with
yeah,
Rice, who can't advance the ball but can be secure holding in midfield and just recycling possession. Once you started to understand Ibola nidlala kanjalo, you played so much better. Your patterns were much more deliberate. You missed chances and whatever. But the process you were supposed to be focused on, you lost track of it because you're looking at the results in preseason. That result means nothing. The results that matter will come in a few weeks' time. That's when you can burden your players with emotional responsibility. Not right now. Right now, everyone is
yeah,
having fun. You are laughing during the game. You can sub a player
yeah,
out and sub him back into the game. It's preseason. It's not that serious. Then you'll get
yeah.
there. You'll get there eventually. You'll get there.
Yeah, and another thing is as well, it's as if we Arsenal were just using their first team players completely. Like the majority of that squad in J, even especially the first 11, yeah, bro, in the first half was like their first team, players. And I mean, I was waiting to see if there are any academy guys that they have maybe in their roster that they could present. But for me, it
But
was like
if we're honest, the
first
Arsenal
team.
doesn't really have the Arsenal just doesn't really have, or they've never shown a depth in this in their bench. And
Yeah,
so
They don't
it's you
promote.
are right.
They
and
don't
it's
promote from
it's
their academy.
They
yeah, it's
used
only
to.
Saka and
Their model,
Martinelli.
their business model used to be always where they promote
Mm,
like Ubogabo, Fabricas, there's a whole squad of players they sold to Cheese's club when Cheese's club was on the up. There's a
yeah,
lot of players from eating that
Aboka
they
Clichy.
yeah, cliche. Yeah, yeah, and I
Clichy
was
went there,
yeah,
Unazri went there. Who else?
yeah,
There's quite a few
I,
players that went there.
Bakari Sanya wore the shirt.
Bakari
yeah.
Sanya.
Bakari Adebayo. I mean, you remember Adebayo's famous celebration when he scored against them at 30.
He ran ran the whole length of the
But
field.
Yes,
but but
Adebayo is one unloyal motherfucker. Then he moves to Tottenham after moving from City. Like, but anyway, you can go, cheese.
Squire for
yeah, I'm just
high.
saying. But yeah,
Yeah,
Arsenal is going to have a big problem with the right balance in midfield if they're going to go
yeah,
Odegaard and Havertz,
yep.
because it's not going to work.
It's
Who
not.
Havertz is not a
who Ode-
midfielder, Jayam.
Thank
and
you, Onke.
even if he wasn't, you can't have. Though, yeah, the Arteta, the 2 8s or the 2 10s that Pep plays, Gundo or Kevin can play in a centre mid.
Yeah, they're
Odegaard and
hybrids.
Yes.
Havertz,
They're
Odegaard and Havertz
hybrids.
can't play in a centre mid. They would never be able to play in a centre mid. They have
Yeah,
to
Rico.
be playing in that free zone. So if you have two
yeah.
guys playing in a free zone and you have Declan Rice, who isn't a holding midfielder, is a box to box, because
Thank you.
at his club he wasn't a holding midfielder as
He
well. He always had
wasn't.
Solskjaer was sitting there. So
Thank you.
he's
Yes.
messing up with the balance. And if he takes part out of that team, he's in big trouble
It's
because
over. It's
no one's
over.
gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No one's gonna
hoping
be able to do
for.
that job.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping
Yeah,
for. I'm
he's
hoping they
gone.
get rid of Upati, dog,
Yeah,
so that
he's not
these
gonna be
guys
in
can
top 10 this
understand.
season.
No, no,
To see
because the other thing
they,
that we have to
yeah,
think of is that there's talks of who Declan Rice can now become the Steven Gerrard and the Frank Lampard of our time, where he can push
was a
forward.
lot
Hold on,
of corn.
let me out. Where he can push forward, because
Yeah,
at West Ham he was asked to be more defensive. If we're
Bro,
lining up for
doesn't
this
Declan
past
Rice have less
weekend,
goals than John Stones?
exact. Guy can't even shoot from range. I've never seen Rice shoot a
I
bullet
think he has
from
less goals
range.
than John Stones, bro.
Yeah, like
And
guys,
John Stones is
Declan,
yes,
a
it's
and
if
John
we
Stones
spoke
is
about
terrible.
the game here this
yeah,
weekend, where he
Scored
started
again
with
yesterday.
yeah,
he started with Rice.
yeah. Jeez, my guy.
We sleep, man.
That's
Yo,
That's why Dennis Zoglandela. But anyway,
uh,
he started with Rice, Havertz,
yeah.
Odegaard, Wati Saka,
Nope.
Wati Martinelli, Wati Nketiah. And
Yeah.
that is a fearsome attacking team. But the
Right.
problem is, all of these players that I've just mentioned, only one of those players can defend, and that's Rice. Everyone else struggles in marking.
Rice is so, guys. Like Rice for
It's a
me.
car, however.
Oh, guys. Caicedo for me is a better midfielder than Declan
No,
Rice,
blind,
in
no.
my
All
opinion.
right, I said it was a 105 million player, bro.
Yinja game Caicedo. Clever Caicedo.
and he's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
Right back, dog. That guy was playing right back the last few games. Lapho khona when they needed more ball players in the team. Bamlethe right back. And bonke kubona because we got that right back umbona
Onyeke.
sekasiswini. Sekahlele esiswini
Yeah.
sekamaka defend. Maku ibhola lingekho usu right back.
Uyabuya
Hlakaniphile le
again.
ntwana
His
leya. And
positional
what is he?
awareness.
22 or something? Yes, it's
I
hlakaniphile le
care.
ntwana leya.
Hey guys,
22.
Yeah,
I was
with your favorite player, was Madrid.
guys.
Ukamavinga.
We have to cut the stream because there's like 50 seconds left before.
Before Kesuvaya, Jayam.
Yeah,
I'm also counting down.
I'm looking at my.
Okay, cool. Let me go with Chelsea. So Chelsea, I watched the game. Beautiful.
30
Best
seconds.
news ever that I've heard.
Ah, uzos WhatsApp indaba
I
ze-Chelsea
just
ndoda.
WhatsApp,
Uzos
but
WhatsApp.
guys, you WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Guys,
Ede
thank
Chelsea
you for
uzos
tuning
WhatsApp.
in.
Abamudrip.
Cruzo, Siawonga dog, you always here, dog. Big ups, too. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Sport, and we out.
Hayi
Sure.
sibulele escom.